Hey everybody, I'm Raven Maureen, and today I just want to catch up with you guys. I feel like it's been a minute since I've really been on here to just chat with you all, and there has been so much happening, not just personally, but out there in the world. So I just want to unpack it. I just want to get it off my chest and let's talk about it. And I definitely want, your opinions, your thoughts in the comments. So definitely drop a comment if something you hear or something I say catches your attention and whatnot. But we're just gonna catch up, and then I'm gonna get back to our regularly scheduled programming and episodes. You guys, can we talk about this heat wave? It's impacting my sewing. I'm telling you, because my sewing room is the hottest room in the house. And so I am sewing a lot lately in natural light. I am turning my box light off as soon as I'm done shooting a piece of film. And so it's just complicated my life a lot. And then what's the other crazy thing is too, is that if I'm recording something, I can't really have the ceiling fan on, because then you hear this whoa, whoa, whoa in the background. It's a lot. But I say all that to say that I said something about that on Instagram, I think, and a lot of you agreed with me that I guess we all must use the spare room in the house, the bonus room, or whatever, for our sewing rooms. And I think we're all going through the same emotions, but I'm just man, all I want to do is sew. And I'm contemplating, because last night I actually sewed patterns in the living room. I'm contemplating I can't move Janome. She's 30 pounds, but I could bring out, old faithful brother sewing machine who's 10 pounds and sew something up in another room, because this is too much. This heat has got to go. It hasn't been, I don't think it's ever been this hot. I'm gonna just say it. Okay, so let's talk about the launch of Threads. So this happened, I think last week, or maybe a week and a half ago, and I legit thought it was a sewing app. I was ooh. I was what is Threads? Y'all, it's just Twitter for Meta. That's it. But I'm enjoying myself on there. It definitely was the first day of school, who all is here? Just shouting out Yerp, just to be hey, I'm over here. And I do like that Meta was just hey, no need to try and figure out a username, we got you. And that is one thing I will say, that was clutch. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I like that it is integrated like that. I'm interested to see where it goes. And I think that historically, what we often see with social media is that it does get commercialized. You do start to see a lot of ads. They have to implement an algorithm. And I know that at some point we are going to start to see those things. But for right now, it's kind of fun, and I'm still trying to figure out. I mean, I know who I am, and I can be funny, and I can be, off color, and I can sew as well. But I'm wondering, who is this personality that's about to show up? Because I feel in a lot of ways, YouTube is personal, and then there's a sewing side, and Instagram is very heavy on sewing, and I do let myself in a little bit sometimes. But Threads is unhinged, but I'm not mad about it. So let's talk about what's new with me. Right now, I am currently sewing for my honeymoon. Our honeymoon, I was about to say our sewing moon. Our honeymoon is next month, and so I am just laser focused on getting things done, because I not only have to sew for myself, I have to sew things for Joe too. And so I'm just trying to work all that out and get myself on a schedule. And if you want, you can check out the 15 tips that I have for sewing for a vacation, which I actually made because it was inspired by sewing for my honeymoon. And it was just kind of a list of tips that I actually use and go through for myself in order to be successful when I'm sewing a vacation wardrobe. This is probably my biggest and probably most important vacation wardrobe yet. So I'm super excited, super nervous, highly procrastinating, all the things, but I'm working through it. The other thing I want to mention about my honeymoon is that I am planning to do a sewing vlog. I actually did a survey under the community tab on YouTube, and I said, hey, would you all be interested in this? And the number was fluctuating between like 88% and 96%. I think it landed somewhere between 90% of you would be interested in content like that. So I am going to move forward with that. There was a comment in there, and no slight to this comment, you know, they brought up a good point. They were like, as long as it doesn't take away from you and your husband. And I'm like, never. We're good. Because to be honest with you, I not only do I like filming that type of content, like I enjoy that, but also I love watching that type of content. Like I'm like, oh my gosh, like, yeah, I love to watch people sew, but I also love to watch people go on vacation. I'm like, so where are we going? What are you eating? What are you wearing? Like that's kind of who I am. And hopefully like you all are like that too, and you guys will tune in, and you know, we won't be like gross and slobby and like, you know, all of that. But I think that, you know, I think we're gonna have a good time on our honeymoon. And the way I explained it to Joe was that, you know, one day I believe that this could be something that could be considered a home movie in a lot of ways, and you know, maybe our kids would want to watch it or something. And the other thing I often think about too is that like we don't live near our parents, and I noticed that like my parents, they pay a lot more attention to my social media. Like they are everywhere. Like I actually, this is a side note, I was like, Mom, don't join Threads yet, don't do it. But my parents follow me on all of my channels, and so I think it's a way for them to feel closer to me. And I love that because I feel closer to them, and I feel like I'm getting to know my parents on a different level. And so when I did the Toronto trip and when I did the New York trip, my parents watched it and they were like, oh, I loved this, and look at Lex, because I've known Lex for a really long time. And they're like, oh, wow, like you guys had so much fun and stuff like that. And so I think that to incorporate the honeymoon in a way would be a nice touch for our family members near and far, to kind of have a peek inside our world a little bit, and to also bring it closer to you all as well. So like I said, it's just a thought I had. I am gonna go forward with it, and I'm excited. I'm really excited. Like I said, it's next month, and it's creeping up, y'all. It's creeping up. And I know you guys are probably looking for like the June makes or June recap, July sewing plans. And because I came out of a vacation at the end of June, and then there was like July 4th, and then it was like, oh, I have a sew along. It was like the timing was off with that. So I am going to actually do a combined June and July makes, which will probably be extremely robust list of things, which I can't wait to show all of you. But I think it'll just be easier to combine both months because it is, you know, summer, a lot of vacations happening. And I think it'll just be all encompassing, to be honest with you. But if you want an update, I counted, and remember at the top of the year, I said I was going to do 52 makes this year. I started out, I believe it was June, with 17 makes left to do for the year. I believe I did 4, so that leaves me with like 13 makes left for the year. And I'm about to do a video about how I sewed 5 dresses in 1 week, so that really leaves me with like 8 dresses or 8 makes left for the year. Like, I'm doing pretty good. We're gonna knock on some wood. Also, I know that I teased a few months ago that I'm working on a business, a little side business, and I can't wait to share it with all of you. I am putting the finishing touches on my product, and I can't wait to share it. I'm super nervous. What if it fails? All the things are going through my head, and I just gotta like just power through. And so I think that's my struggle right now, is like, get past the fear. You've had successful ventures before, just go for it. And even when you have successful ventures in the past, you still have to remind yourself, like, just go for it, you know? And so can we talk about something that also launched, I think it was at the end of June, while I was actually on vacation, and has really just been taking the sewing world by storm. Mimi's new book. So Make It Yours with Mimi is out right now, and this is not an ad at all. But let me tell you, I do love a good sewing book. I already own the Cashmerette one. I have Tilly and the Buttons one. Fun fact about Tilly and the Buttons, I actually helped test patterns for that one. So you'll see my name in the thank yous, which is really cool. I also own Breaking the Pattern, and I own a couple of other like pattern books and whatnot. So when she mentioned last year that she was coming out with a book, I was like, I need to get that. So when I got it in the mail, I went through all the pages and I looked at everything, and it's good. It's really good. So I believe it's like 7 base patterns. So it's your kimono, your pants, your button down, your camisole, you know, like the basic closet staples. So she goes over like, how do you make this? And then she goes into, these are all the hacks. And then she has like 100 plus like wardrobe ideas. And it's just good. It's just really good. And I've already asked Joe to print me the cami pattern because I love a good camisole and I want one. And so she does mention that, like, I think with proof of purchase, I think you just like DM her or something. She will give you the link for the PDF pattern. So I have those links for the PDF patterns because I did share that I bought the book and whatnot, and she was able to share those with me, which was wonderful because I don't want to cut up my patterns that come with the book. They're like in this really cute like neat envelope, and I don't want to mess that up. I just want the PDF. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. Okay, you guys, thank you for coming by to my chat. If you're new here, don't forget to go ahead and like and subscribe. And if you like, you can follow me at Raven Maureen on TikTok, Instagram, Threads, and right here on YouTube. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.